What's going on, brother? What's up? You familiar with the information we talking about?
A little bit. I do have friends.
A little bit, right? So you know you're Israelite. That's the question I really got for you. You familiar with it? You heard that before?
Hey, come over here real quick, bro. Come here, man. Come here. We good?
You said what? You heard a lot from a lot of places?
I heard that we do come from a lot of places.
You heard that you come from a lot of places.
In general, just humanity.
Humanity does come from a lot of places. People come from different places, right? But the thing is, anyway, so humanity comes from a lot of places. But the question is, where do you come from, right? Because if humanity comes from a lot of places, what really matters outside of where you come from? That's what should matter to you the most, right? Where do you come from, right? So what is your history as you know it?
My history, I grew up here. Right here, City Heights.
You said what?
My history as me, I grew up in City Heights.
Your
ancestors, your ancestors.
Oh, City Heights. You come from City Heights, right?
I'm a mixed child, so
You're a mixed child? Well, where does your father come from?
he's Italian, Samoan, he's Mexican. So
Well, what's his father? You have to prepare yourself for the search of your father, right?
And you can keep grabbing everywhere because I never believed in races being sacred as they shall never mix. I believe we are a blend. We shall all come together.
We shall all come together, right? Now, here's my question, right? Am I supposed to come together with people who murdered me?
You're not supposed to, but as they do say, don't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm a nigger now, right? You see, we got him. I'm a nigger now. I'm a nigger now.
that's what they say, though.
No.
Like, you don't have to show any kind of affection towards those who wish to ill will.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you don't have to promote that kind of animosity as well. I just say there's no need for it because that's too much.
But here's what we have to understand. Here's what we have to understand, right? You don't want to promote hatred and animosity, right? It's not for that. You know what? That's what the same thing that people who got murdered said, as genocide got committed. So either you're going to stand and fight, or you're going to lay down and die.
It's all in faith and hope. As they say, it's not a reason.
Nigga, come here.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're living better than the people who are dead.
I can understand what you're saying as far as that, right? But as far as we go, if you love people, won't you fight for those people? Or are you just going to let something happen to those people?
No, that's the thing. Yeah, I know when it comes to the acts of aggression, you must stand your ground. Otherwise, they will walk all over you. So I can't understand that.
You can understand that, right? And that's what we're talking about. Because justice has to be done in this earth. Because there hasn't been any justice on this planet in many moons.
Time.
Right? You say your father is Italian, he's Mexican, and he's Samoan, correct? What happened to the Mexicans?
Well, it depends because it's all, that's still abroad.
What happened to the indigenous Aztecs? If we want to get more specific, what happened to them? They were conquested, right? What happened to the Samoans? White people did the same thing down there in Samoa. Not as bad, but it happened. So there's somebody who has gone around the earth and committed crime after crime after crime after crime. And this individual just so happens to not be a human. And I'm going to tell you why. Because human means, hue means color, man means man. He is excluded rather, from the term people of color. He's excluded from that term. So if he's excluded from that term, he's excluded from humanity. He's not a part of humanity. Hence why he has committed so many crimes against humanity. Because that's just something he's not a part of. He's kind of like a man, but he's not human. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being understood, we now have to identify that common problem and cancer on this earth. People will say that humans are polluting the earth. Is that true? That humans are polluting the earth?
I would say it's the struggles that these humans go through because it turns them into animals that we revert to our primal stages.
Ooh.
People, they just don't know how to handle this.
You're talking. I like that. I like that a lot. The reverting to primal stages is something that people don't talk about. What we have to understand is The white man is always vibrating on a primal stage. He's graduated to higher primal stages, but it's still, this is why everything has to be perfect. You know, they do everything perfect. They got to fold their napkin right, because they come from such a low place out of them caves. And they come from such that low place that when they were introduced to this system by black people, by the Moors in Europe, if you're familiar with Italian history, the Moors were heavy over there. So when you start to understand that, you start to understand why they care so much about that, is because that is the only thing that keeps them civilized. But they're still primal, because their killer instinct of a primal nature is still there. Their lack of value of human life outside of their own is so apparent. You understand what I'm saying? So they are always operating on that primal vibration. So they have perpetuated it, and other people have began to adopt it because of the straits that they've put these people in, true indeed. But when we deal with the pollutants that's gone throughout this planet Earth, when we deal with the automobile and its ingenuity and all the various other industries, now again, other people like the Asians are big automotive manufacturers now, but not originally. They take ideas from the European and they do it the shortcut way, you know, when they produce cheaper versions of what they do in Europe, right? That's what they do. So it all stems from one common problem. It all stems from one cancer on this earth. The earth was fine and the earth flourished. People had issues, people had wars and things happened. But the earth flourished up until the rising of the white race. The rising of the white race all came with Alexander. You know about Alexander the Great, they call him, right? This is when they call him the Great because he was the first great white man to ever live. He's the first great white man to ever quell the nations and bring nations under the bring a vast amount of nations under the subjection of the white race. That was the first time that has ever happened in the history of the world, right? So since that has happened, the earth has been on a stage of rapid deterioration, pollutants, evil going throughout the whole earth. So if he's the common problem and he's the cancer, what must one do to cancer in order to kill it?
Well, no, I kind of want to stump to where it's the whole white race, because at the same time, for just the foundation of America, they even used to treat Irish as they do minorities. Irish are white nonetheless, but it's because they don't want them to be associated with their class. They're not part of their inclusive circle. So they even done their own dirty.
But here's the thing. That's a white on white problem. Because guess what? I'm gonna dismiss it, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna dismiss it. No. You have to listen to why. We have to reason. Irish people were treated bad when they came to this country, and Italian people. Now listen. I'm gonna tell you though. And you know what they did? They became the policemen and the firefighters of the majority of these cities, and they're the ones that kill innocent black and Hispanic men every day. So I don't feel sorry for Irish or Italian.
You're just trying to wipe it off, because it's like, all right, you're the masters, even if you want to stick with the elite, or do you want to be down there? For them,
no, they don't have the option. They don't have the option to stick with the elite or stay down there. And they still benefit from something called white privilege. Do they benefit from white privilege?
You had me, but then lost me.
Well, that's all right. I can't lose you, because I'm not trying to convert you. It's either for you or not. You're about togetherness. You want to hold hands with murderers. You want to hold hands with rapists. You want to hold hands with pedophiles. That's a personal problem. I'm not dumb, so I don't want none of that. That's horrible for me, that somebody raped somebody and I call him a rapist. That's how illogical this dude is. I bet when he's talking about his ancestry is Italian and it's Samoan and it's Mexican, then one of them, that the patrilineage is Samoan or Italian. That's why he has such a problem, because his people have done wrong to our people, and his people are looking to get away with those crimes. You're not going to get away from it. Don't cry to me about my poor Irish immigrant father, my poor Polish immigrant father, my poor Italian immigrant father. Now, it is about that. It's about how much of a cop-out you're doing. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. Don't worry about it. It's a cop-out. That's all. We want to let people off for the crimes of all time. We want to acquit them. We want to let people get away with murders. We want to let people get away. I don't care about no damn Asians. What the hell I care about an Asian for, man? You want me to care about everybody when ain't nobody gave a good goddamn about me and my people. No damn body. So when you start to care about your people, prepare to be demonized in this world. Prepare for it. Because that's all this world is about, hating black and Hispanic people.
That's right.
As soon as you start to care about black and Hispanic people, you're a goddamn monster. Give me Luke 4:18 again. As soon as you start to be Christ-like, you're a monster. That's how they looked at Christ. As soon as you want justice, you're not a humanitarian, man. But who the hell said I was, man? Who the hell told me to be, man? Make no kind of good goddamn sense. Read.
This is Luke 4:18. The Spirit of the Most High is upon me, because He hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
Not to everybody. And classism is not the new racism. That's just the BS that the white man fed you in order to feel sorry for other white people. These low-class white people, they're the ones arming themselves and preparing for a race war. You idiot. You shaking their goddamn hand and they're planning on killing you and your goddamn kids. Ain't gonna catch me lacking like that.
That's right.
Read.
Salah. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted.
I've been sent just like Christ was sent, just like Isaiah was sent, just like all the men you see standing here was sent to heal the brokenhearted.
Right.
Not give them a goddamn another lie. Not force them to love people that any person in their right mind would hate for what they did to their people.
That's right.
Read.
To preach deliverance to the captives.
I'm here to preach deliverance to the captives, not hold hands with your captors. How insane does that sound? And I got a good question, man. Next devil that comes up, I'm going to ask him about justice. And I'm going to ask him if the Revolutionary War that founded this country was justice. That's what I'm going to ask him. And then I'm going to ask him if the Haitian Revolution was justice. And if he agrees that the Haitian Revolution is justice, then he'll agree that the revolution that's coming to this place is justice. Devil ain't coming nowhere. He's beat. Read.
To preach deliverance to the captives and recovering of the sight to the blind.
We're here to teach these captives here, these captives, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, who's black just like them, is coming to save them. All right? And we coming to recover their sight so they can see the truth, so they can see who they are through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Read.
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
That's what we coming out here to preach. And that's what Yahweh Shai is coming to do, to set at liberty them that are bruised, not unite them with everybody. Give me Genesis the 11th chapter. You're not teaching anything new when you teach me or you tell me that, quote unquote, all humanity should come together. You're teaching me a doctrine as old as this world. And you're teaching to me a doctrine that God hates and destroyed the original people that invented that goddamn idea. Just like he's going to destroy this goddamn place. That's why they built One World Tower in New York, man. When I was in New York in September, I took the bus right by One World Tower, man. I saw that damn thing, man. I saw the modern day Tower of Babel. And I know that my God, Yahweh, will destroy it. Just as he destroyed this one. Just as he destroyed the first one. Read.
We start at 6.
Okay.
This is Genesis chapter 11, verse 6. And the Most High said, behold, the people is one.
The people are united. Read.
And they all have one language.
They are united in every way, ideologically. They are identifying themselves as one thing. They speak one language. Read.
And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech.
The Lord said, I'm going to break that thing up. That's what he said. I'm going to break that thing up. I don't want all people to be one. So I'm going to give them different and unique cultures, heritages, and languages. And customs. That's what God said. So no, all people is not coming together as one. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, please believe we are one. Because we are the people of the nation of Israel. We are God's chosen. But as for everybody else, we have no business joining up with and or uniting with them in any form or fashion, because they have proven themselves time and time again to be our arch enemies on the earth.
That's right.
Read.
So the Most High scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
Then he gave them their own land, man. He said, now y'all got to get the hell from around each other. And y'all got to value the uniqueness of you got your respective spirits and your respective customs and your respective cultures. And this is exactly what the white man doesn't want anybody to do. Why? Because he ain't got no damn culture. Why? Because he ain't no goddamn body.